Our Library JPA board meeting. Get a quick roll call.
Chair Carlos Palacios, substituted by Nicole Coburn.
Here.
Vice Chair Jamie Goldstein.
Here.
Board Member Martine Bernal.
Here.
And Board Member Tina Friend.
Here.
Okay, so then it takes us to presentation. Looks like we have 2 presentations today.
You know, we get so caught up in the building projects themselves. We just wanted to talk about some of the really exciting things that are going on internally in the library. And I wanted to start with Ann Young and the internet. Ann, could you join us?
Yes. I was so thankful I got to go ahead of the fun presentation. It's like, what a relief. So anyway, and I did a presentation like this for our staff day on our staff extent, which at that point we were just about to roll out, and now it's been up for a month or two.
I just want to back up and say, it is extremely difficult managing 10 locations that are open 7 days a week and communicating to staff. It's not as simple as holding a staff meeting. So the staff 2 years ago identified internal communication as the biggest problem that they have with our organization. And this is trying to respond to that.
Yeah, I was just saying, I kind of feel like we've been working on it for 10 years, but so it's good to hear that it's just been 2.
Could you say what your position is, please?
My title is Systems Coordinator. I'm in the IT department.
For the library?
For the library system.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And I have a small but mighty team of web developers. So it's me and Fish, who's done a huge amount of work on this, and Thorpe, who is also working sort of on infrastructure type of things. So there's a lot that goes into putting something like this all together. So we call this our own 2019 remodel because we're feeling left out with all the buildings and everything. So I just want to give you a quick overview. The next slide. These were kind of our goals, what we wanted to do. Like Susan said, we were having issues with communication. So we're trying to come up with some centralized location where people can come no matter what branch you're at or where you are in the system, and you can either complete a task that you need to get done, or you can get a pointer to where you have to go to get that task done, and then where you can talk to other people. It's also a place where we're trying to have a document repository. We have documents spread out everywhere. And so we're trying to bring...
And as a library, that seems wrong.
It does seem wrong, yeah. They just spread like weeds everywhere. So we're trying to identify the most important documents and put them together and in a very library-ish way, catalog them and make them more findable. So that's one part of this. Then we were also trying to improve just the look and feel of the site itself, the navigation, and improve some of the existing functionality, make it easier to maintain content with an administrative interface that people can go into, and then of course add some things, which is kind of the fun part, right? Add some new things that people will be excited about. So I just want to show you, give you a quick tour here. Go to the home page. So this is the new home page of the intranet. Like I said, it's been up since the end of October now. So the front page has 3 tabs on it. The navigation follows you throughout the top part follows you throughout the site. The home page itself has these 3 different tabs. The first one is latest news, which comes up whenever you come there. And this can be posted to by branch managers, by administration, anybody who has something they want to broadcast to all staff. And as you can see, people are using it. They're putting things up there. This is sort of the first things people see when they come in the day, they turn on their computers, they see this news section. So it's what's going on. And you can click on, if you go into one of them and you click on, there's a little eye icon, or you can go to the whole thing. And it gives people a place to say, they can comment down at the bottom if they've got questions and that they can add there, and then the person who posted it can answer, or somebody else can answer too. The second thing is the pulse of the library. And this is sort of a visual representation of a lot of statistics. And so what I've got in there right now are fiscal year 17-18 and 18-19, and some of them are comparative statistics. What I'm kind of thinking of going forward is to even make this a more dynamic part of the site where we could be pulling in live data, you know, where we could be showing on there how many people are using wireless right now, how many people have come into the building, you know, in the last, because we have a lot of this data, we just need to figure out how to pull it in and represent it here. And I think that'd be interesting. So right now, but we've got things like programs, how many go to programs at the break, people go to programs, and then average attendance by the branch, all sorts of different things that's kind of interesting to look at, represented in a visual way. And then the fun part was the around the water cooler. So we've got staff who's they have so many wide interests, and there were always complaints about people, they would send out, you know, oh, you know, look at my trip pictures, you know, they're so excited about it. And then they'd send it out to all staff, and then there'd be 97 responses, wow, that's great, you know. and then there'd be people, quit sending out reply all, you know, emails to these responses. So, but we want to hear these things from staff, so we put up this sort of you know, a little social network for staff to use. Any staff can get on here and use this. Anybody can post, you know, you can look at, there's Lynn's, cooped up goats, who would have thought? You know, you just never know what's going to show up there. It's actually the fun thing I do every morning is come look at the social posts, because I just never know. There have been free kittens up there. There's a podcast one. If you do a search for married, my favorite one so far. I just couldn't believe this. Right? So this one showed up. Right? And there's this couple eloped, and the first thing they did was they went to the Boulder Creek Library to get library cards, right? And it's such a fun post, but I wouldn't have really ever known about it had they not posted it in the water cooler area. That's good with the friends, yeah. And she's even wearing, I think her Pride and Prejudice. She made her hairband out of the pages of Pride and Prejudice. So that's the front page. Another thing I just want to show real quickly is under employees, we've got a staff directory. If you go, yeah. So this is a place where people can go to get just information about anybody they're looking for. I go here all the time to get phone extensions, right? You want to call somebody. A lot of people, I mean, I don't know, this sounds strange, I don't know what some people look like. You know, they're hired as maybe an aide in Boulder Creek, and I never see them because I sit in a corner up here. And so we're starting to add photos so that just we know who the people are that we work with every day, even if we don't see those people. And this helps us, and also on the back end, there's a whole sort of a personnel issue or personnel database where things are kept in terms of the steps they're at and all of that. So that's all in the database too. We're just pulling out part of it here for the general staff to be able to see. So it serves different purposes. Then there are all sorts of different reports on the side that you can just run by clicking a button. So if you just want to go down and see, well, who is the staff at Aptos? You could go down there, click on the branch, choose Aptos, and you can see exactly who's working at Aptos right now. There's a seniority list also. Which there are people here who've been here since 1978, so that's amazing. So the next thing I'm going to show you real quickly is we've got a lot of different processes that happen in the organization. So there are a lot of different things like ticketing systems that needed to happen. Before, these were all happening through email, where you'd send an email to a certain group and then something would supposedly happen with whatever you'd ask them to do. So now what we've done is we started creating a lot of different ticketing systems for different work groups within the library system. So you can go to the intranet, you can put in a ticket for, let's say, you've got a problem with a public toilet, and you need a work order to go in. So you can go in, you have to log in so that people know who you are, and put in your work order. That's one thing. It goes into a database that then the facilities group can track. They can assign it to somebody within the facilities group. You can see as the person who's put that work order in who it's been assigned to. You can give it a priority and tell all about it, and you can follow that ticket all the way through until it's been closed. And so we've done the same thing with marketing. The marketing group said, well, we want one of those too. There are lots of things coming in for us where people are requesting, we're doing a program and we want to have something show up on, it's under engagement. Yeah. And then if you just do click add marketing request. So you just put a marketing request in, and you can see some of them if you go back up to the top and go to marketing requests. These are what they look like when they've been put in. So these are the ones people have put in already. So it tells you who they've been assigned to, and if you go into one of them, it'll show the details, and you can see all the different pieces of what's going on with it. So they asked for a digital sign, advertisement, they asked for a website slide. Those things have all been done, and the other things are still in progress. So you can see exactly what's going on with what's happened with your request. And we've also got a device checkout. If staff wants to come and check out a laptop or a mobile device or something like that, you can come in and check out, come upstairs, there's a PC up there, and then you can renew them here if you need more time with it. And then one last quick thing I was going to show was a forum that we put together, because we have a lot of questions that come from staff in terms of circulation, primarily circulation questions. And this is a place where staff can go and ask questions that have come up, and then they'll get an answer from somebody who, and Catherine's a good user of this. She's seeing her own post here. And then she got an answer. She doesn't seem very happy with the answer, but she got an answer in any case. So, yeah, and you can browse it by different categories. So that's just a few of the things. There's a lot more in there, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how it looks and how it works and how staff is using it.
So maybe the simplest thing though that's really, I appreciate is, we were doing a lot of policy and procedure interpretation via email, and everybody was saving their emails, trying to remember where that was. So I think, you know, when you have a lot of information coming at you, you tend not to absorb it unless you need it. This really gives a searchable place where we can find the things that we were looking for. And you can see, you can imagine our communication problems. This really has improved people's access to sort of the latest information. I just have to say, you know, I also think adding some of the fun things has really provided acceptance on the basis of staff. We told them, we didn't ask them, that this is going to be your home screen when you log in. And I think that could have gone really badly, except for that they are really interested in it. And I have to say that I use it every day now too. We had an intranet before that was very underutilized, and I think this seems to be working really, really well. And again, it's an iterative process. It'll never end. Develop it forever. But I really want to thank the internal team that worked on this. I think it's meeting a lot of the needs that were identified by the staff. So thank you, Anne and Lynn and the team.
Yeah, we did, in order to get people to use it in the beginning, we hid, I don't know if you know who Grumpy Cat is.
Grumpy Cat's our
Yeah.
departmental name.
Yeah, so we hid tiny little Grumpy Cat icons on 10 different pages throughout the intranet, and gave prizes out to people who would find those 10 pages. So there were people desperately searching for those Grumpy Cats. They're all been found now, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's really neat. Got some ideas of something to do, maybe in Capitola. Oh, yes.
Is
Go
there
ahead.
an opportunity for public comment?
Why don't we do it at the end of the, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's really quick. I see a lot of library websites do have pictures of their staff, or, you know, senior staff, different department heads and things. And that always kind of bothered me that we didn't have that. It's more friendly to see, you know, who's the head of, you know, this branch or whatever, you know. So I would like to see that on the public website as well.
Okay, so the next presentation we have is virtual reality. Sounds exciting.
Do you want to talk about this?
Sure. I'm gonna actually turn it over to Bjorn, who's been running the show on this. I think it's very exciting. It demonstrates how we can use new technology to meet community needs. It's an innovative way for the community to learn together, and then hopefully work on solutions. And he's going to talk a little bit about its genesis and then the next steps, and then you'll have an opportunity to try it on and experience it yourself. So.
And I know you guys did, we did try it when we first got the technology. I think today we really want to show how we're using it to work on community issues. And this came out in the Sentinel a week ago.
Well, thank you, Eric. Good morning. My name is Bjorn Jones, and this is my colleague Austin Ray. And I've been asked to give the Ultra Cliff Notes version of this project in order to have enough time for you to try the experience as it is today, as it is for the public. So this is a project we're calling the Sea Level Rise Explorer, and it is a virtual reality exhibit that we're hosting downstairs right across from the information desk here at the downtown library. And it started on November 17th, and it's going to be running through the month of February, so we have lots of time to get the community in and through. The whole purpose of this exhibit is explicitly to bring attention to sea level rise and present the option for preparation for our community. Kind of implicitly, implicitly from the library's perspective, it's also an opportunity to bring the virtual reality equipment and technology to the public so that they can have a chance to experience it as a new medium for transferring or sharing ideas and information through an experiential way. And this has the opportunity or the potential to be a transformative technology for us as we move forward, because it's really in its infancy right now. So those are our goals. There's a couple nuts and bolts that I should probably cover that we want to make sure people know about. It is open. We're open 7 days a week here, and it is available to the public while we're open during open hours of operation, minus the last half hour of the day as the staff is preparing to close the building. We do require a photo ID and or a library card to exchange to participate. And we do also require that participants are 13 years older, 13 years or older. That is a specification that we're following from the manufacturers and the city attorney. All right, I may have missed a few things.
I just want to say this was the result of a partnership with the City of Santa Cruz and
Yes.
Tiffany Wise West, and it was grant funded by the
Geophysicists Union, yes.
So we're really grateful about that, but this is getting a lot of national press as a unique way of looking at community problems with technology. So.
Yes, it's been a pleasure working with Tiffany, you may know from other projects. And we also brought in two local community organizations to help us with the implementation. One is a software company called Virtual Planet, and also Swan Dive Media with some of the messaging and media, especially the audio portion of the virtual reality. I would like to invite you to participate today. If you're interested, you're welcome to do that. We do have the devices here, and Austin and I would be happy to get you set up. It takes about approximately 6 or 7 minutes. Is that something you have?
I'd love you
time
to
for?
do it. The other thing I would say is it's something we could bring to your councils.
Oh, sounds like fun. Well, maybe as a suggestion, I think I'd like to give it a shot, but maybe at the end of the meeting, just because we have members of the public and I don't want to have everybody wait while we take a lip ride. But I will, for one, will definitely like to stay and do that at the end.
That's good. All right.
Sounds good.
Great.
I think
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Additional materials?
None.
None. Okay. Any changes to today's agenda?
No.
All right. Anyone from the public who wishes to address us on any item that is not on today's agenda? Seeing none, I will close public comment. Takes us to the library director's report. Susan?
I have no additional comments.
Okay, so the report is found on pages 5 through 7 of our packet.
I think we suffered like everyone with the blackouts. And as a result, really relooking at our emergency procedures. For us, the big thing that we hadn't anticipated is that so many of our managers didn't have cell phone access, which came as a real surprise to us and really hurt our ability to communicate. So we have some work to do.
Yeah, I think all of us identified potential weaknesses in our system when the power went out for the time in October. Okay, friends.
All right, so I'll start with the Friends got to play Santa this last couple of weeks, and we bought about $3,000 worth of Lego replacements for the libraries for all their simple machines all the way to the coding. I'm not exactly sure how they used it, but it was about $3,000. We also provided $30,000 to buy books for the Environmental Fund collection at Felton when they opened up. So I'm not sure if it's all only books or if there's a variety of collections.
There's a variety of collections.
Okay. And then we ended last week with, we created book bags for the bookmobiles. We did some in the summer for kids, for the summer reading, but then Eric, who drives the bookmobile around, said the adults would like some too, so we created some book bags for them so they could take books home. You'll see on the table there that I did review flyers. New Leaf has put us on their Environ Tokens list, and if you vote for us, so go many times to New Leaf and vote for us, it'll go to Garfield Park this time around and help us match the Monterey Peninsula Foundation. And then this weekend we're going to be really busy, so you can come and see us all over the place. Here we're going to have our holiday sale. Felton will have our closing sale, so you could take a piece of the Felton Library home with you. And then, if you all have been very good, you probably have been invited to La Selva Beach's Holiday House, but you haven't been very good. So, and that's all I have.
And then I just want to say that Vivian has submitted her resignation. We are very, very sad. She's going on to bigger and better things.
So I hope so. But I mean, this was the hardest thing for me to do, and I'm not going to cry because I would cry because it's been so much fun. So, but yes, I'm open for projects. So if anybody knows something,
she's been incredibly successful, I think, as exemplified by the Monterey Bay matching grant program that we received through her efforts. And I just want to thank her for all the hard work she's done on behalf of the Santa Cruz Public Libraries, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity for a celebration.
Well, I hope I can work somehow to benefit the libraries because that's in my heart. I think, So, thank you.
Okay, so that takes us then to the LAC. Do you have any?
Yes, we met in November and with a full complement of commissioners, and we were lucky enough to have Eric come. And we talked a little bit about the meeting room policy and how that affects with the new buildings and public access. And then we also had a nice presentation from Jessica about Jason Architecture's proposal on the downtown project. And we made the front page, so how could we do, can't beat that. Any questions?
I'm actually eager to see the meeting room policy. I've already been sort of talking internally about our community space in Capitola and how we are hoping to use it. So looking forward to it. Something's going to come back to our board. January, great. Okay, that takes us to comments by board members. Are there any comments? Okay. Consent, we have, oh boy.
A vast.
A through K items listed on today's consent. Does anyone want to pull any items from today's consent calendar? Anyone from the public want to pull an item from consent? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to this board. Is there a motion?
Well, before I just had a quick comment or a question. So I wanted wanted to thank you for the reformatting of the work plan. It's much easier to read. Thank you, Eric. I know you worked on that, so I appreciated that. And then under the incident report, there was an increase in incidents at Aptos, and I just wondered if there was any context to what was going on there. It just seemed like a large change from the prior fiscal year.
Can I pull Heather Marquez, who's the regional manager? Heather, are you aware, Aptos, with the closure of La Selva Beach at Capitola, has become a much busier place. But other than that, are you seeing anything in particular?
Yeah, we've seen people experiencing homelessness coming to the Aptos branch more than they have in the past. And another factor is that we have started documenting things related to that we didn't actually write as incidents previously.
And we are really trying to document everything. It just helps us understand our response.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we have a motion and a second, I believe. Consent? Do we have a motion and a second?
A second.
I'll approve the consent agenda.
You'll approve it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She made a motion. Motion, sorry.
I thought we already had a motion.
There wasn't.
and a second.
There wasn't one.
Okay, I'm
She was
sorry.
getting-
I will move the consent agenda.
Okay. Great, thank you. A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, so we now takes us to general business, item A, which is determining our annual meeting schedule. Susan, do you have a staff report for us?
Just my suggestion is we make the same changes we did
I don't think that makes sense.
to the LFFA with the exception that I do not think we'll need the JPA meeting in February.
Okay, so we'll adopt the same schedule we just adopted for the LFFA except for the February. Is there any questions?
But don't we need to February as a regular meeting? Oh no, regular meeting of the LFFA. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Anyone from the public or address this item? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the board.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries unanimously. It takes us to the last item on today's agenda, which is the Tour of Life Literacies Center.
So we wanted to just show you something we're doing downtown. As we were looking at, in the Downtown Library Advisory Committee, how to zone libraries to, we have so many different users with different user needs. One of the things we had asked the architect is to work with us on, as we develop a downtown library, how you zone it. We did a lot of research around the Madison Public Library. Madison, Wisconsin serves a lot of homeless people. And we were looking at planning for the library of the future. But in the short run, we also have sometimes cross purposes in the library. Also, we had tons and tons of requests to use our meeting rooms and not enough of them. So Jessie, is she here yet, or are we gonna go downstairs and see her? Jessie, who is an adult program librarian in the downtown library, came up with the concept of, could we spend a small amount of money and begin to zone the downtown library now? So we've created an adult life literacy zone. I'm actually taking some of your thunder, but it's really allowing us to use the building more effectively.
I would just add it also provides a hub and allows multiple partners, nonprofits, other government agencies to use the space too. So it's not just, we recognize as librarians we have a certain expertise, but there are other agencies and organizations that have an expertise they bring to the table. And it's nice when you can kind of provide this holistic model to kind of like a wraparound service, as many of you are familiar with. So.
And I would say that this area is not limited services for people experiencing homelessness. It really is adult life literacies. So it's job searching, it's English as English language learners, it's immigration law, it's adult basic literacy, it's healthcare navigation. It's just a set of activities that adults in our community need extra resources and information about. We just want to show you what we did. And I don't know how this works with the meeting. We could finish the meeting, or we could finish the meeting after we do the tour. Definitely the public's welcome to come along and see.
Okay. Why don't we take public comment, unless there's any questions on it, and then we'll make a decision about if we adjourn the meeting or if we continue the meeting downstairs. We have two things to do. Is there any public comment on this item? Okay, seeing none, I'll close public comment. Now, so the proposal is to go, the plan is to go downstairs and
Just look at the center.
just look at the center.
Jesse will be there to answer questions about how we're using it, what we're doing so far.
Well, since it's
And the library is open, so there will be people.
okay. I think my suggestion would be, because this is an item that's listed on the agenda, because we'll be discussing it downstairs and receiving information at the meeting, we continue to this other location, and we can bring it back here and adjourn it at the end.
Is that okay?
Does that make sense to the board?
What about the camera?
I think I would just turn it off for now.
Okay.
And I just would ask, the room will be open, so take your valuables. So we're going down the stairs into the. Email.
Okay, so,
So you can see though where just even the glass wall gives a little functionality and separation. If you look at the Watsonville Library, they have what they call the Adult Literacy Center. So I don't think we're unique in sort of creating that.
Are you all set?
Yeah, sure.
Please take a seat.
Okay.
Also,
Okay, so
Who wants to try it?
I'll try it.
Alright.
And the only.
Okay, well, I can only do one
There,
at a
do
time.
one at a time.
I watch them
Kind of watch my little, yeah.
I think what a lot of
Glasses on, I don't use glasses for the computer screen.
Do they fit on your face once
I
you
mean,
try it.
I only use glasses to see things like that far away before I take them off when you're looking at something close.
try to be in the beach house?
I'm in the beach house.
Awesome.
The
Okay,
screens
so
are a little
does it
blurry.
look okay?
It looks
Yeah,
really
I'm just
good.
gonna start.
Let's go ahead and
Just wanna like go over the device really quick. There's a lot of buttons on this thing. The only thing you need to worry about
It's
is
a little
like
easy,
laser
yeah.
pointer. Let's go
Let's go ahead
this.
and I'll just.
What we were talking about yesterday.
Hold that.
This might be something we want to bring to the city.
Here
we go.
Yeah, it feels more secure. There is like a lens
more time?
register, so it's like right
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a little bit, yeah. I don't normally mess with that, but let me know if it's like cross-eyed, if you're.
I have narrower eyes,
Well,
so maybe
Our council meeting's gonna
a
start.
little bit that way, maybe
Alright,
all
see,
the
that's
way.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you should see is a screen with the option was
if you want to
I think
push
we
it
do that
up
in the
even more, you
future.
can. Volume,
Hopefully not.
up
Sure,
or
it's
down,
I just have
right down there
Yeah,
too.
it's
Maxed
not
out
even
for
limited,
this.
that's fine. Yeah, it'd be great if it's.
Where's the laser pointer?
I choose the
So that,
it's a point and click experience. You're
Point where I want to go.
Yes, you're gonna be like asked to kind of like do some timelines, so you're like clicking and holding.
So I do want to just.
There's a really nice tutorial.
He's telling me what it's for.
Very
It's
all set.
Like,
This is
yeah.
see.
Eric's turned it out to be beautiful.
If this is too small, there's a couple straps that we can adjust.
Assuming it's gonna need a little bit more, I'll be dead.
Yeah, I mean,
This top one. Okay, try that.
just having a nice.
Kind of grab the back seat, pull it over.
All right.
It should wake up.
A little smudgy, can I clean it
The
off?
only button that you're gonna be worried about is this trigger button on that.
Did the screen
index
come
finger,
on?
so-
It didn't, no, I'm just saying that there's a little bit on that screen.
I
Is it-
don't think I
Face
brought
mask,
my
Here.
lens
put
covers
on so
here.
it's
Yeah, you can just use it.
There's not enough material.
Plus volume and slide over.
So, yeah, just some spindle.
It's okay. I was.
Do that one and this like that. Is it tight enough?
Yeah.
Too tight? Do you see the option to click English or Spanish? Yep. So use that trigger finger like I mentioned. Use the
Oh, I see.
pointer to choose one of the languages.
This is astounding.
So a little.
Do you think it's
You want a little
compelling?
tighter?
I think it's
Wanna check
very,
my
talk to me,
exciting
Susan.
a little bit?
Yeah, it's very compelling. I've never done any virtual reality. So, just
There is a
how like it's
slider
right
on
here
the
in front of
left, on the
me.
right side, you can-
And
you can
it's
click a
3D,
little bit
and being able to
direction
control it and
that
move it.
slider and might be able to
And see, so I just did
fix some of
copy
that
each of
clarity
individuals
issue.
now.
Of course.
responses are even correct.
Thank you, Les.
Is it working, Martine?
Yeah.
Martine, is it working for you?
It is.
Nicole's not smiling anymore. She must be facing
I
bad
just,
news.
I just increased the sea level rise.
Yes.
It was not good.
That's sad.
Uh-oh, the boardwalk's going down. I can sense it.
Oh, yeah.
I can sense it.
So Karen, how much does it cost to do a
Oh.
program? Like if we wanted to add content,
Oh, I see. Yeah. How much does the software run us?
and you're just using GIS stuff, right? Like could we go do Capitola, could we go do the
This is gonna be
That's
bad.
the virtual planning partner.
Yeah.
Maybe we're maybe
Custom
down, I
software.
feel like, yeah,
It's got
yeah.
kind of template.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So not so good for the boardwalk.
When we first put this together,
But I think
we looked at it like we could have developed a proposal script.
No, just to create the software. Once it's created, it's copy paste.
So, but if other communities came to us and said we want to do this too,
Wow, look at
how
that
much
team
would it
there.
cost to do Capitola?
We'd have to get an estimate from him.
Ask him, because I think it'd be worth.
Yeah, he's doing it.
This is-
for other communities, right? Coastal communities. So, let's put together a quote. It's gonna depend on how many locations. This is 3 locations.
For a small amount of money, we can do it for Capitola.
I think I know what it'll look like.
Oh, wow.
It is staggering to see Main Beach.
Look at the wharf.
Freaked out.
That's crazy.
It might be an interesting thing to do for opening day for Capitola. But wouldn't it be good? Maybe we can get it.
I can hear it. I can definitely hear it. That's enough.
Presentations and the tour, really neat to see some of the things that are taking place at Main Street with strategic investment, short-term improvements. And thank staff for the wonderful virtual reality tour. That was really cool. And with that, I think our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.